What's going on, everybody? I am the one, the only, the W-O-O-K-I-E, joined here by the normal cast of misfits. We have the PhD of Keyforge, Dr. Sheep. Yes. We have the Choke Show, Drascore.
How's it going, guys?
And the Tribal Chief, Ewok Jr.
Hello, Keyforge community.
So, if you went and watched our videos today, you saw our preview cards. We're going to go more in depth in them at the end, because it wasn't good enough that GG released, like one article. Not good enough that they released 2 articles. Not even 3, 4, 5 articles within the time span of, 5 days? 4 days?
Well, you got to meet your quota for the year. So
we have Game Found plus wrap up. Yep.
Blowing this load right now, baby. Let's just get our quota in for the year and be done with it. We're not going to go in any specific order, but the first and very foremost thing, everyone was asking for it. The Roseville recap has finally been put up. So if you did miss any of the Roseville results, which you probably didn't because we all talked about it at great length, you're able to go over it there. Any sort of points of content that you guys wanted to kind of go over in the Roseville recap?
I wouldn't say points of consent, but I would say it's a really nice rundown of what decks were there for each of the Sealed, Alliance, and Archon, and some great pictures of amazing groups here. So that's my highlight.
Yeah, that was my only catch. Was in one of the pictures, Ewok was not wearing branded clothing, so
come on,
it was
Ewok.
pretty much a fail in my eyes.
Which one?
I don't know, the last picture on the page.
He was wearing branded clothing.
We got an AC team picture in one.
Or is he wearing? Or were you wearing your AC polo shirt?
He was wearing.
I was wearing my AC polo shirt. There,
you just can't see it because.
No, it was
okay.
Yeah.
Then you pass.
Okay.
And, you're voted back on the island. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Back on the island.
Real quick.
I'm in my Team Sass hoodie here. People are like, "What's that? Team Sass? What?"
You going ahead and being Key Warrior with your flumph that was all that there and Mickey in the background. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So real quick, Archon dominated by Grim Reminders and Winds of Exchange. Notable missing entrants, Dark Tidings and Vaultmaster 23.
Yeah, there was a Vaultmaster 24, which was interesting.
There was.
I think that was one guy who's like, I opened this, I'm going to play it. Didn't plan on playing Archon at all. Just was like, yep, this is a thing. But no surprise, top 3 houses, Geistoid, Mars, Brobnar. Top 3 cards, again, I don't think it's any surprise in here somewhere, BR Geist and Junk Restoration. Like, 3 just awesome cards from Geistoid that are really good. One that kind of shocked me, Distant Void Prober. I think he's just one of those shit commons that you just happen to get in every pod that you're just, I gotta play it. But getting into the top 5, Winds of Death. A totally fair and balanced card that should not be eroded in any sort of way.
Wait, you're saying that, Wiki?
Yeah,
I'm sure the anti-errata guy.
Every deck should just get one.
No, I'm saying
the 37th card
is Winds of Death.
Wins.
Yeah. No, I'm saying that Winds of Death.
We played 2 keys now.
Well, no, you're thinking of Ecto Charge. Winds of Death is a totally fair and balanced card and should be eroded in no way, is what I'm saying.
Okay. All
right. Don't touch Winds of Death. I'll cut you.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, Alliance. Pretty good chunk of Grim Reminders and Winds of Exchange. Again, notable. Wasn't there a DT deck there? Am I wrong?
Alliance?
Yeah, I thought there was a DT
I actually really
there.
thought, did Sunday play? No, Sunday did not. He was gonna run DT, but decided not to, because I was pretty sure. Yeah, I was like, wait, Sunday showed me, maybe I'm gonna do this. But then he was given a GR deck and made the wise choice.
And then decided he liked to have fun.
Self-respect came upon himself, and he said, "Oh wait, I'm not a troll. I'm here to actually win some Keyforge."
Yeah. Again, notable entry or notable missing sets: DT and Vaultmasters 23. Again, I think Vault Masters 24 was only there for the other players who was like, I didn't plan on playing Alliance and just jammed stuff together.
Yes, but I will say for the play-in, before I made top 8 for Alliance, that play-in match was against someone running the Vault Master 2024. So that was interesting that they could throw together on the spot a couple different pods, and it actually was a very, very good Alliance build that was there.
And for sealed, all GR.
Well, real quick on Alliance. So one thing I thought was really interesting here, mass mutation only 3.4%. So I think if we look back, I'm not actually going to. So I'm just going to say that mass mutation was way more last year. But the ban list, I think, has basically taken mass mutation largely out of the picture. That you can't have your Chronos draw pip craziness.
Yeah, but I mean, you're seeing Eaton's Jar still took it all down. The double Eaton's Jar really causes a lot of issues when people are looking for consistency by having multiple cards. I don't know. Yeah. It's an interesting observation, but a little bit of.
So was that the one and only mass mutation deck?
That's the
question. And it went all the way. Yes. I think it is.
Yes.
So nobody else tried to play MM.
Well, I mean, it is a double rare pod.
Well, yeah, but nobody else tried to play any other version of MM, right? So it wasn't like the stuff we were seeing last year with the bajillion draw pips. That was no longer a thing.
No, you got rid of stealth mode. You got rid. I think Infernus is still on the list, if I'm not mistaken.
You're the Alliance player, man.
I don't know about Alliance player. I have recently delved in the realm of Alliance. I played a deck Sydney handed me. Yeah. And so I say it's only Alliance if you built it.
Okay, there you go. I will say that if we're looking at the distribution, because there were 29 participants, it looks like one player for Vault Master 3.4, Mass Mutation had 3.4. So again, one player. Call of Archons I represented. There were two of us apparently at the 6.9. So, I mean, that seems to be the distribution. Grim Reminders and Winds of Exchange both representing 31%, which should have put it roughly at about 10 people each. Those were the large producers. I thought the increase in Worlds Collide was what I expected, maybe a little bit less, because the Western Guntus Lockout deck is definitely strong. And again, you saw it make top 8. So I like that. The distribution of the sets. There was quite a bit of representation here, which was nice to see.
And then sealed was all Grim Reminders.
Imagine that.
Imagine that. Weird.
Surprise.
Grim Reminders best set. Yep. So going into that.
Timeout. Are you going to go ahead and say that same piece when we're playing sealed with Amber Skies?
I don't know.
Probably. We'll wait to hear Wookie say that. All right.
What am I going to say? Oh, Ember Sky's best set?
Anyway, Vault Tour's coming up next weekend for Rochester. So good luck to anyone who's going to be there.
So I think AC's very own Drazkor is going to be there, right?
Yep, I'm going to be there. I know I'm looking at the chat. Sunday's going to be there. I'm going to see who else in the chat's going to be there. We'll see.
I know you're at about 45 people, so you're already larger than Roseville. Congrats. Moving on. Okay, we're gonna skip across the Amber Skies because nothing got through that. But next set revealed. We hit the $200,000 or $300,000 mark. I don't remember which goal this was, but the next set will be Prophetic Visions. So basically. Every deck, I don't know. Okay, every deck is going to have a new card type. This will be your 37th card called a Prophecy. Now, what that is, nobody knows. But we are 50-50 on cards with a 37th card, or sets with a 37th card being good and or bad. DT 37th card, real bad. Winds of Exchange, real good.
Why does that matter? I mean, you're basically
because those are the two sets that have a 37th card, and now we are getting another set, the third set with a 37th card. So we have a 50-50 shot of this being okay.
So what I'm hearing is you don't like to see the 37th card.
No, because the 37th card always adds a level of variance that can complete, and variance is not good in an algorithmically generated game.
I'll disagree with you on that. I think that by playing, because at most you can have a player playing from each set that would have a 37th card, so you have 2 unique ones. They interact slightly different. This is why we love Keyforge. We have a good interaction. We enjoy the game that's there. There is some definite skill, but there's also some luck and some variance for the cards that are being played. So I'm all for it.
I'm
Let's
glad
bring
to
it
hear
on.
you'll be playing nothing but DT from now on.
I enjoy DT. I'm not going to.
I think having the ability to have that 37th card is interesting, right? I think it there's a design space optionality there. Sure, you could do good or bad things with it, but I think obviously WoW was a ton of fun.
Well, I fear a little bit on this card could be like the DT treasure chests. Complete this task to get some space dollars.
Oh,
space dollar. Well, so I guess all right. So what's the hint?
Or
right?
it turns into creature, or who knows? It could be all kinds of things.
I'll read the quick paragraph because I know Sheep's already grumbling over on the side to keep things moving. Every Keyforge Prophetic Visions Archon deck will feature a new new type of card called a prophecy. They will each foretell a fate that may or may not come to pass with unpredictable consequences. What these prophecies have in store for the Crucible is being closely studied by every philosopher and prognosticator, from the darkest catacombs to the loftiest observatories. But as the wise say, fate is inevitable. So that is what we really see.
Well, you guys read into that a lot. That doesn't say anything about a 37th card.
Your prophecy is going to be your 37th card. I'm pretty sure it says it further down.
It says each, and then talks about the cards that revealed. So,
yes,
and there's a poll, right?
Yeah.
So
no, I don't see anywhere it says it's a 37th card.
I could have swore I read it in here.
It doesn't matter because it's still who knows what it is, right? Yeah. This is back to that. If as we saw with Winds of Exchange, the token card is super meaningful, but then it was sort of had some weird balancing factors on the quality of the token mattered, but then also the number of tokens you'd actually make with your deck made a big impact on top of that. So even if you had a great quality token, but your deck only made 2 or 3 of them, it was not that impactful. And you could have a bad but able to reap token and make 20 of them and still have a functional deck out of that.
Or you get a really good deck that makes blorbs and a lot of them, and they aren't able to pop off a hive.
Yeah, well, that is a thing. And this is going to be the same thing with 37th card, where it's very difficult to balance the set with that card in mind, I think.
Yeah.
Because especially if that card has random or unpredictable consequences, how do you balance around unpredictable?
I think that you're onto something for game design. There's no question about that, Sheep. I think for the story elements and trying to go ahead this summer, bring out that theme and being able to play into the story and what's actually happening in the Crucible, I think that they can lean into that and we'll have fun. And that's what you actually saw with
Speaking of, what is happening in the Crucible? Have you guys looked at these polls at the bottom of each of the things? I think they're at the bottom of each one, but
which the following prophecies
a new Star Alliance leader will crash onto the scene. What happened to Val Jericho? Is she dead?
Well, but this is where, think about how they're bringing in people who are potentially pledging or involved with the game.
But if you never follow up on a storyline of any way, who cares?
Well, maybe that's what they're doing this summer. So I don't know. We'll have to see where these votes actually go. I do hope that it leads to something else. But they're leading. Go ahead, read the other one. So new Star Alliance.
Saurus Rex will sign a treaty with College Stonefather. That seems unlikely. I think, in my mind,
isn't Saurus Rex dead in the lore?
I have no idea because where do I read about this stuff? Where's the lore?
Well, I thought on the card,
there are cards.
Amplified.
You have multiple books that are out.
None of them mention this. Well, okay,
don't have anything much to do with the lore.
Well, the idea
I've never read the RPG books, so maybe they have better stuff.
The idea is to build a bigger community and understanding from what's there. No, the actual books I will tell you do not talk about Saurus Rex. That I agree 100%. But
Aquadon will corner the fish market. Were they trying to?
I mean, if you can make a profit, why not, right?
Nizhak the Forgotten will suddenly be remembered?
Which is somehow the most
that one was written by Josh, 110%. Master of terrible puns. That one was written by Josh. Dr. Escotero will make a breakthrough discovery on a remote island. Bad Penny and Rad Penny will resolve their differences.
And we'll see a glad Penny.
The Bumblebirds will unite to overthrow the tyranny of the Pixies?
I can't believe there are more people voting for Bumblebird something or other than Dr. Escotera, Equidon cornering the fish market, Saurus Rex and Cole Sternfather, or New Star Alliance leader. Like, how is that?
Because Bumblebird's got to do something, man. It doesn't do anything in the game, so here we're gonna go ahead and change it, man.
You know what it's gonna say? It's like, you have 3 Bumblebirds in your deck, and when you achieve this weird thing, now your Bumblebirds give you an Ember when they come into play.
So you gain 1 because they have.
Right, new set. We know nothing about it. You will, if you pledge, you'll get the 3 card pack. It says absolutely nothing on this one about there being any signed cards in this set of previews. So maybe they exist, maybe they don't. Being that it says nothing, I lean towards don't. But yeah, who knows? So good job. 3 preview cards.
They'll be signed by sheep.
Janet is going to be who's going to go ahead and be signing
5 times before the finals, but that's okay.
All right, Grumpo over there. Guys, I appreciate all the news. So I'm having fun being able to read into this Game Found and some of the lore and other things. So even if Sheep's grumpy over there, I enjoy it. Thank you, Keyforge.
I am interested in the lore and like what they could do with it with this 37th card, as long as it fits into the game in a fun way that's not too wonky. I think it could be interesting.
Fun way.
I don't know what that is.
The Tide's coming back, didn't they tell you?
Sweet.
Yeah, no.
Hey, if it goes ahead and increases, so instead of negative, you're going ahead and drawing extra cards, we're good for this.
Give your opponent the Tide, draw 3 cards.
Anyway, we'll leave that for another day. Sheep's already grumbling. Let's go ahead, Wookie. What do you got next?
You can hear him grumble? Oh, okay. Next up, we had another article.
You can't hear the sigh?
I tune it out by now. Like, we've been married for so long, I just don't even listen to him.
Does he hear your snoring?
Yeah.
Sheep, do you hear his snoring anymore?
Are you guys still talking?
Yeah, we are. Next up, Token of Redemption. So if two new sets wasn't good enough for you, how about a third? So we're getting another. Okay, so somebody explain it to me. Is this another new set that is coming? It's coming out alongside of Ember Skies, right? This isn't in the retailer pledge, correct?
Yes, it's in the retailer pledge.
It is.
Okay. Oops.
No, I think what Wookie was asking is this retailer exclusive?
This is not retail exclusive.
Correct.
M Plus is retail exclusive. This is going to be a special full retail set. They can sell however they want, but when your store pledges, they will get some boxes of this too if they pledge high enough.
But you are also able to buy this straight out in the Game Found.
You don't have to do anything to do with the Game Found, and you will be able to buy this set towards the end of the year, I think.
Okay, but as of right now, the only way to get this set is through the Game Found, correct?
That is currently, that's also the only way to get Amber Skies. But yes, the way this reads to me is that it's going to be an end-of-the-year retail release. This is not another set. This is a minor retake on Winds of Exchange. So the bulk of the cards are just going to be stock Winds of Exchange cards. Sanctum's going to get
how is that even possible?
Blue shade on their armor, and they're going to redo some tokens.
All right. So this is a game found component that we have to be able to check. Right now it says, should the Keyforge Amber Skies campaign reach the 400,000 stretch goal, each backer will receive a free Keyforge Tokens of Change pack. So that's where it would first happen. We have not hit that goal.
Well, no, you can already go to your game found.
You can add this onto your
add
pledge.
These decks in as add-ons. So you can buy this is done. This is happening. You can buy them whether we hit $400,000 or not. At $400,000, you're just getting a free one.
In addition to this reveal, interested backers will be able to purchase single packs as add-ons, which is what you talked about. I think it's important to read the special set. So a special set for Keyforge constitutes a set that utilizes a past mechanic, narrative, or concept while adding new flair and ideas. They are published outside the normal annual cadence of 2 core Keyforge releases. In 2024, our core releases are Keyforge Grim Reminders and Keyforge Amber Skies. Examples of other special sets for Keyforge are Unchained, Menagerie, and Vault Masters. Some special sets will be released commercially to retail, such as Menagerie next month, and some, like Keyforge Vault Masters, will be tournament legal. So it says Tokens of Change is a special set available to backers of this campaign, including retail backers, and one which we plan to release commercially at the very end of 2024, which is what Sheep said. Keyforge Tokens of Change decks are also tournament legal. So all of that fits for those of us attending vaults.
So at what point do they become tournament legal, though?
Like, once they're printed. This game doesn't have a
there's no wait. So if you're not, so basically again, it's if you're not backing and you plan on going to a vault, you might be missing out on good decks. I hate the way they do I hate the way they do their game phones. I absolutely despise it.
That is a dumb thing to say in this game because of the way deck works. You didn't buy the 15 boxes that are sitting next to me. You're potentially missing out on a vault level deck. Like, that's always true. Like,
with the way you say it, yes, but you're talking about
buying this or not does not have anything to do with the decks being good.
True, but you also are taking a slight chunk of the pie away from the general public that are unable to get access to these once the game found is done. There is you cannot get access to these unless your store is buying them to sell them commercially. You don't have access.
That's fine though.
Isn't that true of every Keyforge set?
Yeah. Like what?
Your store has to buy them.
What are you saying? Like, either buy it from the game found or wait a few weeks and get it through retail.
It's not a few weeks. It's the end of 2024.
No, because these boxes, they say these boxes are coming with the pledge. Now, does that mean you get all of your pledge except for these boxes and they come at the end of the year? I don't think so. I think you're going to
get them early.
I think you're going to get them. What is it? August is what we're looking at.
Yeah.
And then
So Wookie is talking.
Whatever.
Yeah, Wookie's talking about the key phrase, and one which we plan to release commercially at the very end of 2024.
I think that means at the end of 24, they will show whatever they printed and somehow didn't release through their inside channels will get shipped over to Asmodee, and Asmodee can then sell them to people.
So what I think is interesting off here, debate, is 2 things. This kind of caused a little bit of stir online because of impacting the cadence and how many sets are available, and how much individuals in the Keyforge community will need to invest or be able to put into multiple sets. I thought the other thing that was also out there was the idea for redemption. There's a brand new house, and what they basically did is this Tokens of Change. They brought in all the other houses that weren't in Winds of Exchange. So you have Disc, Geistoid, Logos. You have Redemption, which is, again, cheap. Went ahead and called it Sanctum with the little tinted armor.
They're
Shadow,
evil Sanctum.
Skyborn, and then Untamed. So that is basically the short abbreviated version for Tokens of Change. But I think that they're
I guess maybe I missed that they were switching all the houses.
Yeah, all the houses
every
are the
house
opposite
is all the houses that were not in Winds of Exchange.
So is this not like...
No, this is a whole new set.
Okay, never mind. I thought this was like Winds of Exchange. They were swapping out Sanctum for Scary Sanctum and revising tokens.
No,
but
No,
it's going to be
Scary
every
Sanctum is
house.
House
So this is a
Redemption.
complete 100%. Oh my god. Okay. And
Realization.
they're even backdating Geistoids into it.
Yep, you got Disc,
Sort of.
Geistoid, Logos, Redemption, Shadows, Sky People, and
Skyborn
Untamed.
and Untamed. Yep, what I just said.
So it's they had to add an extra house to fill out a full set without duplicating from wins. Right?
Which is why you see House Redemption. And House Redemption, they put a little bit of the lore in that they're basically guarding the Dark Amber Vault and kind of the impact.
Are they going to phone this set in and just make 3 or 4 token card generators per house just so they have something and then just use previous assets? Is this going to be a 75% reprint, 25% new card set?
We don't know, Sheep, and the short answer is that you can't just phone it. You can't phone it in with previous sets.
Oh, the hell you can't.
No, because you have to be able to have tokens. Have you
not met VM 23 and 24?
I walked into that one, my friends. I walked into that one. So I will just simply say that we have to be able to add in the phrase "make a token creature," because otherwise we're going to have 3 token creatures, and we just talked about that earlier. That if you have a token set or a deck that only generates 2 or 3 tokens, it's pointless and it's not something that's valuable.
But it can generate tokens and meets the rule of the law that we have said. We have made new token decks. They can generate a token. There you guys go. Enjoy.
Yeah, I think
this is the discussion of menagerie decks that make tokens. They're a joke because they don't actually make any tokens.
Well, if you look at Guardian,
we don't know that. I mean, hopefully they will make tokens. There's plenty of time for them to listen to this and be like, "Oh yeah, you're right. We should actually put tokens in here."
I'm gonna
listen to this.
So what jumped out at me for House Redemption was it really seemed to be a counter to mutants. And so a lot of their cards that were shown, I mean, you can see Swift Induction here. Make a token creature. If an enemy creature was destroyed this turn, archive this card.
That's a Brobnar card.
Yep. They're reusing a lot that's crossed over.
Redeemer, I suppose they could just reuse cards and kind of rehouse them.
Yeah. Redeemer Amara. 5 power mutant priest. Each time an enemy creature or mutant creature is destroyed, make a token creature. And that seems to be what the main focus for House Redemption is all about, is protecting that Dark Amber Vault, how it's impacted their Sanctum house that's kind of broken apart. But I hope that it's a little bit more than just dealing with mutants. Otherwise, it is very, very focused.
Well, you are getting Triple M that is being released alongside this as well. So maybe they expect a spike in mutants again because of mass mutation. Who knows? But if you look, first token we see is the Guardian, which is it Squire? Was Squire the 2 power 1 armor?
I thought it was your Defender.
Token?
It's your 2/1.
And then this is Guardian, which is just the reverse, vanilla 1/2.
Again, this is a very small amount.
No, that's a pretty bad token.
Yep.
It reads like a really, really bad token.
It reads,
unless they've got a whole bunch of armor-based amber gainer effects or something.
It reaps.
Maybe their key cheat will be if you have 12 armor, you can build a key out of it.
So I guess my question for those of us on the cast. We now have seen Triple M. You've seen Amber Skies. You've now seen this set here, Token of Redemption. Is it too much in our cadence? I mean, we talk, it's a special set.
No.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
No.
30 seconds. Why? So I hear a yes and a no. Draz, I need to hear a yes or a no, and I'm just really curious. I'm going to close it up, but
I'm unsure. So there was definitely people who argued that 2 sets a year was too many. I said no, that's not true. You need to be able to get into a place where you could have 2 sets a year. Now, are they at the cadence level, efficiency number of employees who are working on this where they can support that? Interesting question. I think this just puts more pressure on them to do a good job, and And GR is a lot of fun. There are some issues. Now you can't prevent issues, but
no issues. What issues?
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, forgot about that. But it is a lot of fun. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. It feels risky.
I appreciate it. We have a new speaker that came on. Z.
Oh boy.
Why are you going to avoid Wookie?
Just
I can answer in 30 seconds.
I'll watch.
The new sets are simply a money grab because the game found was lower than they expected. Is that 30 seconds or less?
You're good. Thank you, sir.
So is that two? But you didn't answer the question.
Had this all set up already.
Your argument fails alone in that they could not put this much stuff together in the first few days of the game found to present it to cash grab with it.
What do you mean put together? An image?
Yes. That's already more than
cards.
able to do.
They've created a new house.
I can make an image of something that doesn't exist yet right now.
With art?
You're not GG.
All right.
How many programs make free art right now? Let's see, 30 of them.
All right. Moderator's going to bring us back. I will say it was an interesting talking point this week to see kind of the two fields. A lot of people are really excited to be able to see more Keyforge and to be able to play Keyforge from past sets of MMM being modified to here Winds of Exchange with tokens of exchange, tokens in the other houses. So I see that excitement and passion. I think, again, we're going to go ahead and jam some sealed. It's going to be fun. But I can also see it on the other side where there are some serious concerns with pushing all of this out. And, some individuals feel this need to, I have to be able to buy one of everything. It's a very interesting dynamic to push into.
That's $45. There's 3 sets. I mean, sorry, $50 because one set's $20. Okay, my reason that I don't think it matters how many sets is, one, I now have a very pessimistic view on the value of Archon going forward. Just
make sure you have a sealed GR deck.
Except that's not how Archon works, and the top end of what's going to win Archon at events is ridiculous stuff from GR, which is a power set, and the very top of that set.
You mean completely fair and balanced stuff from GR.
Fraud's current market value is it sits in my backpack. Yep. That's the value of Fraud these days, which is fine. So because Archon is there, the player base is so small that when super hot decks get open, they sit in players' hands. So it's now open something crazy, or it's kind of a bust. That's my opinion of Archon these days.
I hear what you're saying, but like I've tested some of this stuff, right? Like the difference between what is now considered a B+, A-, and true A, which I think the one that just won one is a true A deck, but like
it is
an A- GR deck actually has a really good shot of beating that deck. So what I'm saying, just buy like Grim Reminder sealed and go to a vault. That's probably still better than most people's collections right now if they don't have GR.
I agree. So it's open something that can compete at that level, which I haven't done, because all your old stuff is pointless. So
yes,
the game now mostly plays good as sealed. I straight up do not think there's any more reason in this game to buy boxes to open them. Like, it's open it, play it. Most decks can go in the trash, and that's sealed is still the best experience in this game. Just fully embrace it, which means bring all the sets you want, because I'm just playing sealed anyways, right? It's just crack a deck, see what's in it, see what funny things or cool things happen. 1 out of every 20 I open will do something interesting enough that I'll be like, I actually want to keep this around. And most of them I'll be like, yeah, it was fine.
And it is a good experience. I mean, compared to going to a movie or going out for food or like other hobbies, I honestly enjoy my time on our weekly Tuesday, being able to hang out with friends, being able to talk just, hey, what's happening for the week? And the cost is still there for that. I don't mind opening a deck and just smashing it. Even Sheep, your clock deck that you went ahead and sent over, I had no problem going ahead and taking on Mr. Perfect there, and I almost pulled it off. Almost. Just missed in the end. So clock's almost won there.
Yeah,
I mean, trying all this stuff was fun. I was playing Sealed in my store tonight. It was great.
Yeah, I'm still going to vaults. I'm still showing up to weekly Sealeds. I'm still driving an hour and a half to 2 hours to play in the Chicago events that run, right? Because this game is still the most fun in a card game I've ever had, even with the current realm. It's just my interest in chasing a vault deck isn't there. If I crack one, great. Then I will start thinking about vault tours again. But until I crack one, it doesn't really, it's like they're just, I'll go to them and I'll get to play the Sealed, and we'll see if fraud can high roll its way to the top, and that's fine.
I will say that our community as a whole is very generous about being able to share decks, even across teams and across, like, the community is small enough, but they're very, very supportive. So I really do appreciate that. And I do think that GR is highly competitive, but
somebody kick Andy P, please.
Yeah, let me give him his vomit
adapted
icon.
in the adapted in the chat.
And you're out.
Adapted's fine.
I do not want to play 2 hours of boring Keyforge.
No.
Again, and again.
No. You just throw it out as Z's favorite scenario, best of one adaptive.
You can leave too.
We ran data on all of that stuff. There's no other format in this game that is closer than 50-50, ignoring skill level players.
I'm aware. I just wanted that's
don't play adaptive. Flip a damn coin and go on to the next game.
Poke the bear. Poke the bear.
That's right. That's what we're here for.
All right, Sheep, you haven't kept us on our spot. We've talking Token of Redemption, new house.
It's definitely Sheep's fault. Yeah,
that's because I was interested in complaining. So more time allowed.
Oh, Shock said that, man. I never would have guessed.
Complaining, we got time for. Yeah. Actual news, who cares?
All right,
but it's hardly even news to me.
Can we go up to this announcement for our internationals finally?
Sure. Internationals.
Come on, guys! You finally have your vaults. Like
internationals, you got 2 vault tours. You're either going to Italy or Vietnam. Good luck.
Hey,
there's other ones.
Yeah, there are other ones, but right now those are actually locked in, and it is. I mean, Pitcher, we've already had our first vault. Our second one is coming up next week, and they were still just waiting and waiting and waiting. So I am so happy to actually see that news.
Nobody there wants to take the ball and run with it. That's not the US's fault.
It's not, and it does require an investment of time and money for small different groups to be able to go into it. I am appreciative of those who are there, so you can see again what is kind of shown for Vietnam. You see D20 Board Game Cafe, and then was it?
That's all Riku bucks.
It is. It is Riku bucks, but I'm trying to think of where was the other one.
When are we getting local stuff again?
Well, that's a whole other topic.
Sometime later, we get some
4 to 6 weeks
storyline.
Yeah, 4 to 6 weeks. But for Italy, AZ card and games, again, I appreciate those communities that continue to invest, and it is their time and money and energy in order to make this successful. But I think it's a really big deal that they're having vaults in both Italy and Vietnam. So great job on both of those communities being able to pull it together. And I know there's others out there working on it. Looking forward to seeing the dates and kind of what's going to happen there.
Yep. So you're getting vault tours. Yay.
All right.
Moving forward and onward. Do we want to go over the retailer pledges? This is kind of Sheep's jam because Sheep's the one who I think found this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, that's Patreon only stuff right now.
Oh, the retailer pledges?
Yeah, I don't know if that's actually meant for public consumption or what.
No.
All right, well, join us on our Patreon for as little as $1 a month. You can find out what the retailer pledges are. Yay! All right, shall we go? Well, now that we're only 40 minutes in.
Hey, we're doing well.
I guess. Let's see. We got International Vault Tours check. Roosevelt recap check. We didn't do Across the Ember Skies. By the way, help from Time Traveler's coming back. Don't want to mess with this. Don't want to mess with the discard pile. Oops.
Yeah, well, we're gonna do it. We decided it was okay.
Yeah, now it's fine now. As long as we're doing it, it's fine. But if anybody else wants to do with it, you're on your own. So I guess let's just get into our preview cards. Yay, preview cards.
Where's our disclaimer? Go for it.
Oh, yeah, is these still here? All right, Z, disclaimer.
They're gonna start spoilers now, so stick around if you're here for some reason.
The most exciting Z ever. Wow, man.
He's just giving the same effort as he feels like he receives here.
To be honest, that's the best that's the best spoiler warning I think I've ever heard. Very accurate. Very, very accurate. But let's get into Parabyte. He's a Geistoid. Well, he's from House Geistoid. Spectre, 2 power. Your opponent's keys cost +1 Ember for each Ember on friendly creatures. Play/after reap. A friendly creature captures 1 Ember.
Spectre, AI.
I think I said that. He's a Spectre or AI.
And this is a common here.
And he's computers. I mean, look at him. It's just.
Well, I mean, you guys keep saying he. We don't know the gender here of this.
Well, there's no eyelashes, and so
okay.
in art, if they have eyelashes, that's at least in Disney. That's how you know. I guess this isn't Disney, but
no, it's definitely not.
This is true. It's just software. So it's spectral hands. I actually like this art quite a bit. It's like typing on its own keyboard.
And it has a big red button.
Oh.
I think this is very fitting. One, I see Drazgor here going ahead and working on the computer side, and so it's fitting for our cast. And the number 2, those eyes look like the death stare that is coming from Sheep over there. And I got to be honest, Z is not far away from those eyes too. So this is a great creature for us.
Where does this rank on the Z score?
Well, so all right, let's talk about this. So your opponent's keys +1 for each Ember on friendly creature. So from one perspective, it's like, oh, hey, cool, we're getting Ember control. And if you have multiples of these, lots of Ember control, right? Like that sounds like a good thing, right? Play Reap, you can make any of your creatures capture Ember. So you're probably thinking, like, you might be thinking to yourself, oh, like I can get a ton of Ember, raise costs. But I don't know. I was thinking about this card, and it feels like it's a little odd. So imagine you play 1, right? Capture 1. So your opponent Ember cost goes up by 1, right? Yep. So it costs a 7.
Costs it. Well, but you have the capture of 1 plus the key cost. So the 7 plus 1 is really as 8 that you're at to get.
Yep. So start at 8, and then you're good there, right? So if they had 8, you play one of them, they don't forge. If you play a second one, now you've captured 2. So 6, 7, 8, and then cost increase is 2 for each, right? So another 4. So 8 and 4 is 12. Well, I guess minus 1, so 11, right? So 2 is 11. So from one perspective, you'd think like, oh yeah, like this could scale up real quickly. But I don't know, like, because it's just capturing, right? You kill them, and then you get the Ember back, right? Like part of the cool thing with Ed Eyes, right, was that you could tax a lot more easily, and you could it was harder to get back to a situation sometimes where you weren't overpaying. I feel like this is going to be less flexible than that. Plus, it's 1 less power, easier to kill.
I called it an Ed earlier today, when in reality it's more akin to a Faust.
Yeah, I think it is definitely Faust.
What's the power on this card?
2 power.
2.
So
not 4.
It dies to me farting.
Yeah, this card sucks.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing
against GR, right? Like or whoa, like
it dies to everything
that card
in
sucks
GR.
Against every set before GR. And which set actually has the best C of every set in the game? Oh wait, GR. That card is completely irrelevant.
I think the taxation, again, you don't want to go ahead and you can keep someone off key, but I think being able to force the increase for the key cost
So
is
key
what's
cost
there.
matters versus Grim Reminders?
I'm gonna tell you that while I was sitting up in Minnesota, there were times that if there was a difference of 1, yeah, I would have had real issues to go ahead and pull off my key cheat.
But
there,
you weren't playing against Grim Reminders, were you?
Actually, I
Or are you
was
talking about
playing,
sealed?
and I was playing against both in sealed and in Archon. I was going ahead and pushing for Ecto. There were times, and you can actually see it, where I have to take an odd turn in order to get the right amount in my discard, and with what was purged or with what was left,
Yeah.
it is critical. And so just an increase of 1, having a difference of 1 card makes a huge difference.
But I hear you, but basically what I'm saying is all that thing is, at best, is a miasma on a stick. Like that.
I can't disagree with you
That's
there.
kind of what I referenced. It's miasma, right? It's stopping them
and
for a
then
turn,
not
and then
all
it will
the
die.
time, because like there are several untamed decks in that set that can forge 30 in 1 turn. So
yes.
I need to know what the hell is going on. What is Prostitute Archon?
I don't know, but Andy mentioned it in the chat, and so I was asking what this is. I'll bring a Parabyte to that. Come on.
I might jump back in for whatever that might be.
All right. Well, so apparently that is when people shell out a bunch of money to buy the best deck. There you go.
I see.
Oh,
to be fair, that was only one of us.
Dr. Sheep subscribed to
and
that.
We all judged him afterwards. So
I didn't.
As a true man. All right. So Parabyte, I guess we're just saying is, hey, at the top level Archon,
it's a miasma.
Hey, it's a miasma. You could forge for free so easily. You can make a bajillion dollars, a bajillion space dollars. So maybe not that important. Yeah, I think in sealed it does more. It's not amazing, but
I'm saying in most cases I would rather have miasma. I want the pip.
Oh, so you get a pip off miasma.
Yeah. This is probably yeah. It's in that category. Miasma's a decent card, but not a great card.
I think that it will show up as more impactful than that, but I do think that the being captured amber is
that card is the top of your impactfulness.
I'm not saying that it is the top of the impactful, but I'm saying that it's going to be more than what you're claiming. That I mean, the 2 power hurts it a lot, but there are going to be plenty of games in both sealed and in Archon where going ahead and increasing by 2 or by here by 5 does have an impact. So it's a delay, but that delay could be the difference.
It will probably be an average card at best, maybe below average. We'll have to see what other shenanigans arise in Ember Skies. Did you like that? That was kind of like a poem.
I tuned out.
Oh, my bad. Anyways, let's go into our next one. Distributor Janut, otherwise known as Janet.
Janet! She's a human.
She looks exactly like I thought she would.
Yeah.
She looks really young for the age I was really picturing.
From Equidon, 2 power human will enhance your deck with 2 capture pips. After fight, after reap, move 1 ember from a creature to another creature. But wait, there's more. Her flavor text is, she has been the employee of the month 47 months running.
Nice. Yes.
This is perfect for us. Perfect.
Best.
Best
did you guys
ever. Did you guys do the math?
That's probably when they started, right?
The 47 months, roughly. It's off now because I think they made this long ago. 47 months is how long that GG, or I shouldn't say GG, what it's Strange Stars has been a thing.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
Well played.
I think this is hilarious. Either that or CTP's actual real life wife's name is Janet. This has all just been really strange.
Wouldn't that be insane?
He's like, oh, it's really weird how those guys.
How did they know?
That's one of the other.
Could you imagine for over a year and a half it's just been a joke to us, and he's getting real nervous.
It's like, why do they know so much?
How do they know so much about my wife? It's weird.
Every day he goes home, what did you tell them now?
How did they know?
Jeremy, no more articles this month.
But go ahead, Z, tell us about this card and why it sucks. I mean, it's not great. I mean, you do get 2 capture pips, but I mean, this doesn't survive to see another day. It doesn't even have elusive. How does it not have elusive?
I mean, because that's too
proud.
strong, guys. Too strong. I'm trying to find the card.
It's kind of like, what was that card? That dino dude.
Come on.
It's like way up in our chat.
There it is.
Scroll,
that's what I'm doing.
Scroll.
I mean, great. It puts 2 capture pips in your deck. That is literally all it will ever do.
I mean, it's no Randy Scald.
Council Primus.
Or are the other ones that put 2 capture picks?
Like every single enhanced version of this in WoW is better. All of them.
So Council Primus coming from MM was 3 power Dino Politician, enhanced with 1 capture pip. So there's a difference. You get 2 for Genut. And after reap, move 1 amber from a creature to another creature. So that's the
that was also in a set that could ward on play and taunt on play. They might have taunt in this house, but they ain't gonna ward anything. Like this card is not good.
But you can also do it on fight. Oh wait.
Oh yeah, 2 power fighter. That's
going far,
guys.
Hey,
this
against
is
the GR. That's
game design. Good job, guy.
Good.
I mean, I am happy to look at this card and probably never use it.
I'm happy to read the flavor text.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like Janet moisturizes, right? It looks like she's doing great. You know?
Doing good,
She's confident. Like, she's like, yeah, I'm basically running this place, you fools, right? Like, look at her. Like, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, but those are our cards. If you want to see the art, go ahead, go over to our YouTube channel. You can go see them for yourselves over there. We were going to do this whole big other thing, but then we're not going to now because Sheep says we need to put it behind a paywall. So
that's right. Pay me dollars.
Yeah, he's still got to pay off fraud.
All right, how are we tracking on the
it's not about the paywall. He wants to go to bed. Let's be very honest. He wants to go to bed.
I don't even really want to do that. I'm all jazzed from fighting with over here in the chat.
I have been watching this.
Most fun I've had today.
Good to
so
know.
Let's see here. Let's scroll up top of this.
I have no idea
here.
what's going on. All I know is that Sheeps and John paid $3,600 for a hooker. That hooker's name is Admiral Pink Fraud.
After what happened last week on our cast with Sheep, we're not talking about this.
The Pink Fraud.
Sorry, my bad.
God, get her name right.
I didn't look at the back of the cards all weekend because they were covered by pink. So,
all right. So what are we at here? This thing we're at 235,000 with 835 backers. 11 days left. So
go back.
Yeah, so I think we're definitely crossing. I say definitely. It seems like we should cross 300K, right?
Well, our good friend of the show, JM, has been so kind to put up some really awesome graphics for us.
Let me go look at those.
I think he said it was going to cross 300K.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like
everything tracked the way it should because it's been kind of the same trajectory as. Well, it's been definitely lower, but along the same lines as GR.
Right.
But I think
the 400 is going to be 400 is going to be a little harder, right? They're have to count on people adding.
Jam says it'll hit 300K, but he's not convinced it's going to hit 400K.
Did I not say 300K was going to be the number? I don't know why people don't just listen to me.
Yeah, well,
why don't people just listen to sheep?
I've
Life
been
would
doing
be
this
much
for years.
easier
Don't
if
do
you
it,
guys
man.
would all just listen to me.
Yeah, we tried it once.
That wasn't good for our health.
It didn't work
Well,
out.
GG listened to Wookiee, and that's look where
Oh gosh,
Listen.
I know.
Listen.
The only sheep I listen to is the cardboard sheep. Okay.
He was friendly.
Yeah.
They
probably did.
So what I'm surprised by the way, is there's no, as far as we know, there's no special border or special treatment decks. Like,
it's because we bitched 2 episodes ago about special borders.
There has been a fair bit of feedback about we don't need a ton more special print decks, so maybe they're going to try to make them slightly more exclusive.
So now they're just going to make more sets.
Hey, you can buy some.
I mean, I'm surprised that wasn't the, so before it was said, oh, there's extra sets on money grab, which I think is ridiculous. But the borders, I mean, it maybe more in that realm, though I would pay for some.
If you look at JM's chart, it kind of gets a little bump there. I mean, it does bump it closer to GR, where it was not trending well before.
A little bit. Little bump.
So I mean,
yeah, I mean, I threw a few in my cart of tokens of change.
I didn't.
I did. So
I truly don't know what they could actually present that would get me to back this. The only thing that might get me to back this at minimum level is because we need one more vote for one store.
I think that was a very smart marketing piece. I can see Andy P over in the chat saying, "Well, no, I'm just it's frustrating, but I'm telling you, it was still a good play on their part." But Andy P over here going digital clients, and that is what I think some people believe that it could bump to 4. But I don't want to go ahead and go down that round with
to put the digital client on. It would have to be like $1 million or 800,000 or something. Not, hey, here's 100 more grand, and we can finally do this digital client that we haven't done.
And they would have to hire a whole team of everyone that does not work there.
Grand.
No, I think that it is way too.
Yeah, we do not want the folks working on playstyle to build.
By folks, you mean
the game.
You mean
pairing system breaks constantly. Masterball, which is just a database app, broken for 3 months. Like, no, we don't want a digital client from GG.
All right, but what I will say is we got to stop complaining about things we don't want, like the special border treatments or money for prizes. We want all of this, so just give us some sweet product for our game. We're gonna have fun with Triple M tokens. We're gonna have
hide it behind a weird paywall so you can back our game found campaign. I am so against like the retailer pledge is fine. I am so against what they are doing right now with this whole like you get to do something with your home store. Now I know Sydney and June and all of them are like it's really cool how they're integrating it into the game stores. How about this? How about you just sell it to the game stores and let the game stores sell it? Like why does any of this game
did last time?
No.
Like
don't even.
I really wonder why they don't do that and then just put all the sales through, or a lot of sales through their website. But is it really just because this is their sham deal that gets them to sell stuff without giving Asmodee a cut?
Yes.
Probably.
Yes, and yes.
Because like just make the spend a couple more dollars on the back end of Game Center so it can handle all your orders and just pre-sell everything to that.
Wait, do they need to do anything y'all are saying right now? Like they're about to get $300,000. That's enough.
Which, according to Sheep,
and
is
none
not
of the
that much
stores
money.
have to get any of that.
It's not that much money.
Yeah, we did. But it's not that much.
I agree with Sheep that it's not that much, but it is enough.
Enough to what?
Make another set in all of us.
It's not enough to pay everybody's salaries, right?
When there's only two, there are only two.
I need to pay
2.5, maybe
3 people
who work
to make this happen. 300,000 is enough, guys.
You only need to pay 2.
Well,
there's
no.
3 people
There's
working.
3.
There's more. You gotta,
Who's the
somebody's
third?
gotta put a stick in the master vault to prop it up, right? Like,
That's
No,
one of the 3.
clearly there isn't.
So thanks for coming and checking out our preview cards, and please support us on GameFound, guys.
So look, GameFound.
I did not ask
GameFound
anyone to support anyone on GameFound.
GameFound's a pre-order system. So many companies that don't have whatever we're thinking that the special deal is with Asmodee ship, and distribution and Ghost Galaxy. So many companies that don't have whatever weirdness there choose to use this at GameFound, choose to use Kickstarter in order to do effectively pre-orders, to the point where there was this story recently where it was Simon, right, who has now partnered with GameFound to basically create like a new just actually pre-order system within GameFound. So
and Simon's very successful.
Yeah. So like it a lot of small companies and even some bigger game companies use it pretty heavily.
The difference is Simon doesn't need game stores for their game to be successful.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is the so we often talk, and I think a lot of decisions they make should be more around board game ideology and how board games are sold and board game things than strictly competitive card games, because strictly competitive card games are built around selling cards, not or like selling the singles and building the decks, and that's not what you do in this game. So there has to be a little bit different there, but the core of one-on-one competitive games has always been stores. Like even Warhammer 40K, like games get played in people's basements at home, but that stuff really thrives if the stores have tables and people are playing in the store and you have somewhere to show your models off people and stuff, and you have a place to go do it with other people and not have to always be finding the one other person to come to your basement. Like you go to the store, there are people playing the same game as you and you get to play it. That is just not like, that's a bigger part of board games every year, right? There's play nights at stores all the time.
Sure.
But
I've got my monthly board game club that we meet at a local bar every month. Yeah.
It is less, well, that's a bar. It's not even a game store. It is less critical to have a game store when you know exactly what you're buying. You already have the people you're going to play with it in mind, and you just buy it and you go, right? And there's plenty of Keyforge, and I think there is an amount of Keyforge, and that's why we get to keep buying set, is because there are a number of people who are buying it in that mindset. They're buying it and they're casual at kitchen table. They're like, I'm going to buy 2 boxes. Me and my kid, or me and my wife, or me and my couple of friends, we get together once in a while, like play it, and that's totally fine too. But to expand this, because that's the thing, like to expand this and make this a bigger thing, you got to bring in more players. They don't really do that in board games either, right? Board games are print it once, throw it out on the shelves, and then go on to the next board game.
Yeah.
And sometimes, board games fail and then they go on sale for cost or below, and occasionally board games are hot and they get expansions, right? Like that's the thing, but none of that's driven off like, oh, I can buy this in a store. Not much of that anyways, right? It's like most of that stuff's being bought off Amazon or from an online retailer. Then that stuff goes through stores anyways. Where this game, to expand, you need to bring players together, and that's where the digital client can do it, and the live play can do it, and that's where you need the stores, because you need more than 2 or 3 players for a good, thriving scene in this, really. And most board game people have that, but they don't have 8 or 16 players to get together regularly without the help of the store.
Right. Yeah.
That's why the stores are important, and the GameFound doesn't work like Wookiees are saying, or like I keep saying, it does not support the store model very well.
Yeah. And I do think this retailer pledge thing is interesting. Will it work? Will it? I don't know. It is something. It's a thing. We're gonna see.
It's better this time because immediately you see what you are saying you're going to buy when you give $1, where last time it was giving some money and then later on we're going to tell you what's going on.
Yeah, I didn't get my $5 back after I never asked for it, but I put the $5 in to try to get my guy to do it, and he didn't do it.
Chose not to. Yeah.
But this time, that was the reason I was a little late. We started a little later recording, is because I was as I was leaving the store, had a long discussion with him about trying to talk him into putting in the effort, create the account, right? Like game found account, right? Like it's kind of set all this stuff up, right?
It's not an insignificant amount of effort to buy it from them.
Right. I don't know if he has a store logo. I don't know. Like
we've talked about this before, where there's a lot of stores who won't buy certain things because they're like, well, sorry, we only order from, like 2 distributors. And if they don't have it, I'm not going to go through the work to set up an account with another distributor. And that's essentially what you're doing to buy GameFound. You have to create a GameFound account, then you have to create a GG account, and then you have to set up like I actually haven't looked into it. I don't know what different payment things they accept. I think they actually do invoice. So maybe it's okay. I don't really know, but then you got to set up your payment terms with them and deal with that. And it's just a whole nother level of accounting that you have to do for one game that is kind of a small drop in your bucket.
Yep. So I'm hoping. I'm fingers crossed. He said he was gonna look at it and get back to me, and that if I didn't hear back from him by the end of the weekend, I could ping him back. So that last bit gave me some hope that he's actually maybe gonna do it. So I said, hey, it's cool. We're gonna, like, I'm pretty sure we could become a castle. I don't know if we could become a fortress. Probably saving only a couple of those, right? Who knows? But 100% we can get an outpost, right? I'm thinking we can make our store be a castle. We'll see. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if we rise to level of fortress, but maybe I can talk some of the folks who, for like the special events, will drive from further away. We'll see.
I just, from looking at how it works, I don't know if it's better just to do a bunch of 3-vote stores than get one high-vote store.
Yeah.
But that's for another cast.
Mm-hmm.
We found out the levels, didn't we? Or do we still not know?
And we'll do a Patreon all on that stuff.
Okay. I guess we'll do
so
a Patreon.
So if you want to know all about the retailer pledges and what's going on there, come find us on Patreon.
Give sheep $1.
Actually, let's give Wookiee $1. I don't ever see these dollars.
Well, actually, you wear them, but
Oh, okay.
They normally go to our
jerseys.
They normally go to our jerseys or weird trinkets that we carry around,
like the Shredder badge.
Yeah, and we might be getting a new Shredder belt.
There you go.
The Shredder medal has been stolen by my kid because he likes wearing the bling. He's been watching a lot of wrestling videos himself now lately. So
weird how that goes. But yeah, I've been looking at actually just getting a Shredder World Championship belt for a prop for Shredder events. But anyways, I think that's going to do it for us for tonight. I have to be up early in the morning, and I think everybody else does too. Thank you all for spending the time to listen to us, bitch. We'll see y'all next week.
Happy forging, everyone.
May the forge be with you.
Yeah.